Welcome to week 11 of electric football, or as we call it in Miami, golf time.
Or as we call it, shouting week.
Yeah, sorry about that. Steve Brown.
Stu Pace, there you go. Titans at Steelers, and hopefully we finally get a good Thursday night game this week. I look forward to, I'm looking forward to watching the Titans. I like the way they're developing, but I don't think they win this game. I think Pittsburgh, Steeler pride at home with a more explosive offense, wins this game easily.
I think it's a close game. The Titans can rush, and the Steelers give up yards on the ground. The Steelers struggle with the Colts, and the Titans will run. I'm going to go with an upset in the first game of the week. I'm going to take the Titans to beat the Pittsburgh number 2 defense.
Okay, there we go.
It's dark.
Lions, it's dark. We're shouting and it's dark. Lions at Chicago, and as many of you know, I was on the Chicago bandwagon, and that really hasn't worked out very well. The Lions have a cakewalk of a schedule, and they're chasing the Vikings like the Lions used to chase the Christians in the Coliseum. I don't see, unless Stafford goes down, which I'm kind of pulling for, I don't see the Vikings outrunning them. Thanksgiving is going to be a huge game, so I see the Lions easily winning because it basically screws my team over.
Is it Vikings-Lions on Thanksgiving?
I believe so. Ooh. I could be wrong on that, but I believe so.
The team split the series last year. The Bears' D is average, as is the Lions, but there's a lot more firepower on the Detroit side. I'm going to take Matt Ryder and the Detroit Wheels here to win one.
Jags at the Browns, and the Jags are doing just enough to win, and the Browns are doing just enough to lose. But the Jags do lead the NFL in sacks, and if I was a Browns quarterback, I'd be looking for like a safe house at this point. I mean, the shots they take, and the what do you get for it? You get another loss. It's horrible to be a Brown. I know that personally. And I take the Jags to win this one on defense. I'm taking a lot of road teams this week, folks.
I think I am too. The Browns actually were in the lead against Detroit for 3/4 of the game, or at least
they do that a lot, and then they lose.
And then they collapsed here. The Jags, meanwhile, won a close one against San Diego, which was a good game to watch. We had it on here at the club. The Jags D is still all of that, though. The Browns got nothing. Jacksonville.
All right, take this one. Ravens, Packers. I keep going back and forth on this one.
All right, Ravens had a week off while the Pack surprised everybody with, I thought it was a surprise, with a win against Chicago.
Surprised me.
I don't like the Ravens' inconsistency, even though they have the better team on paper. Mild upset here. I'm going to take Hundley driving down for a game-winning TD at the end of the game. I'm going to take the hometown Packers.
You know, I think I am too, and The Ravens are one of those teams that beat the teams they're supposed to beat and lose to the good teams. You know what I mean? And I can't really figure out if the Packers are a good team with Hundley, but he does come up with some athletic and good plays on occasion, and he seems to be settling into that offense at least a little bit. So I'll go with you on the Packers.
Yeah, I mean, if this was his first game as the quarterback, I might switch my pick, but these 3 games in, I think he's okay.
I mean, nobody's saying, he's overly impressive. He's no Deshaun Watson, if you will. Speaking of Deshaun Watson, he's no Deshaun Watson because he will not be in the Cardinals versus the Texans.
There's no starting quarterbacks in the Cardinals-Texans.
Yeah, missing Watson, missing Palmer, missing Watt, missing David Johnson. Basically,
missing persons.
Yeah. Hush. No, that's not missing persons.
Till Tuesday.
Which one was missing
Greg,
persons?
missing persons.
Help us out there.
Do you hear me?
Do you hear me?
That's Craig. Were they walking in L.A.? Nobody walks in L.A.? Thank you. The 80s were good to me.
The 80s suck.
Anyway, the 80s sucked. So do the Cardinals and the Texans. But the Texans suck more right now. I'll take the Cardinals.
Oh, okay. I wish I could tell you who's showing up this week. I have no notes on this other than I'm taking the home team here. I'm taking the Texans.
All right. We got Tampa Bay at Stu's Dolphins. Go away, Stu. Go away. Go ahead, Stu.
The good thing is it's week 1. I have high expectations for the Dolphins as they begin the season against Tampa. Oh, it's week 11. Oh, we're fucked. Take the Bucks.
Yeah, 3 national TV losses in a row. Do you remember Rebel Rabbit with Bugs Bunny? There was a point where he was trying to raise the bounty on rabbits, so he sawed Florida off. It was like, take it away, South America. No, am I the only one that
Rebel Rabbit? I remember
Rebel Rabbit.
Sounds familiar.
Looney Tunes. Nobody.
No, not
Kill the Rabbit. No,
that's
am I alone in this? Jesus, Chuck Jones. No. Anyway,
I'd have to see it.
Both teams are a horrible mess. It's the Battle of Florida, but really, who cares? I'm taking Tampa Bay just because Ryan Fitzpatrick, has a little bit of I don't know. I
A
like,
little more talent than the entire
he's
roster.
smarter
of the
than
Dolphins.
Cutler and more of a leader than Cutler. How about that?
All right.
We got the Rams at my Vikings, and we don't know who the Viking quarterback's going to be. Evidently, Mike Zimmer is saying, like, I'm going to have a talk with the team on Wednesday. Well, today's only Tuesday. Teddy is back. Case Keenum is playing well. Couple of late interceptions that allowed the Washington Native American team to stay in the game. So this is a tough game to pick. But it seems to me that we're doomed. Just being a Viking fan, that's how it's been my whole life. I expect it to happen again. So no matter who we put back there, I think Aaron Burr is going
Wins one for the Gipper.
to knock the piss out of him. To be perfectly
Why is
frank.
Case Keenum a question here? The guy has performed admirably in this position, and you're going to bring in a guy that hasn't played in 2 years?
I didn't say it's a great idea, but there's the whole theory that the quarterback doesn't lose his position because of injury. We've seen that play out before. You're right; it was a devastating injury, a long injury. We're on top of the division, but we're clinging to it because Detroit. Look at Detroit's schedule. They play the Browns 5 times in the last couple weeks of the season. It's ridiculously easy. So we need every win we can get, and I don't think we get one here. That's just my pessimism.
I'm taking the Rams here. They're coming in flying high. Case Keenum is winning the job here in Scoville, I think. I think he's doing enough to keep Teddy on the bench. I didn't even know that could be a question. But it is a coin toss game. I just like the Rams a little better.
Okay. We've got Chiefs at Giants. And let me tell you, I played harder in the parents-kids soccer game last night than the Giants have been playing. I played more defense, and I can barely freaking move from that. This one's easy. The Chiefs, blow them out on both sides of the ball. Giants have quit. People are wondering, why they haven't fired the coach at this point. It's a white-hot mess in New York. I'm both, for both teams, but worse for the Giants right now. Alex Smith playing at a high level. There's no way the Chiefs don't win
This is going to be like the Denver game, though. Everyone's going to go, oh, Denver. All the money's going to go on Denver, and somehow the Giants will find a way to win.
No, this is not going
I
to
don't know. My head tells me that's going to happen, but my heart says that Hunt and Hill are going to run all over New York, and they are going to win. I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah, there you go. I still can't figure out how the Denver game happened in Denver the way it did. It's unbelievable.
Because Denver sucks.
But that the Giants could rise up that high for one game and just crash and burn against San Francisco.
Because all the money was on Denver.
So
Literally,
it's a complete
everybody
Vegas.
had Denver.
Well, everybody's going to have the Chiefs. Everybody.
That's what I mean. This is why
I
it can
swear,
happen.
I got San Francisco's one win of the season last week.
We both did.
Pat on the back for electric football. Nobody's watching, but if they did, they'd get picks like that. Native Americans at the Saints, and this is another one that seems pretty easy to me. The Saints, ball control offense, crushing defense compared to what they've had in the past.
Yeah, what a surprise.
And the Native Americans are another team that is doing just enough to lose games. So give me Drew Brees, who can now pick his spots. He doesn't have to go back there and throw it 55 times. He can use his veteran wiles, because he has wiles, not feminine wiles. He's got little Drew Brees wiles. And I like them to win this game. And there you go.
Maybe he has piles too, but anyway.
I got piles from that game yesterday.
He's got a running game with Akamara or whatever his name is, Amkara, whatever the hell is it.
Alvin Kamara.
Alvin Kamara, and he's got number 22 running the ball here. It's not all Drew Brees anymore. Opens up the entire game. Not only that, but they're actually running a lot of yards. This is the Saints. Washington's been disappointing. I thought they were going to have a good season. They've sucked of late, and I expect that suckatoo to happen.
Okay, we got the Bills at the Chargers, and once again, I'm on the road team. I think the Bills had a little bit of a breakdown, but I do think they're the more fundamentally...
Put that on the list. Breakdown.
Breakdown. Go ahead and pick the Bills. Breakdown. Tyrod Taylor. So there you go. A little improv for you, a little a cappella, and I'm taking the Bills for being the more sound team on both sides of the ball. And seemingly caring. It's almost a home game for Buffalo because the Chargers don't have a home right now.
Well, even if all the fans are in the stadium in San Diego, they're all Mexican. You can't see them, and they're so short. Have you ever been there? Everybody's short.
No, but I'm
no offense
short,
to anybody. I'm
fairly
just telling you,
short
it's
myself.
very short. No, you're not. Anyway, I think the Bills win here. First of all, Rivers turned himself in with concussion for the concussion protocol because I don't think he wants to sit back there and take any more hits.
Did I miss that? When did that happen?
It just happened yesterday.
Oh, okay, I missed that.
So he turned himself in. Even if he plays, I like Buffalo here. They're going to turn it around. They've got the better team overall. They've come off a couple embarrassing losses. I'm taking Buffalo.
Okay, we got the Bengals at Denver, and if you want to talk about disappointing teams with B in their names, I'll take the category for 500, Alex. What are these two teams?
What is Bengals?
What are teams that should not wear orange? Orange is not, well, other than Clemson, who should be the only team allowed to wear orange. Anyway, both teams are horrible. If the NFL is serious about player safety, official safety, fan safety, they should just get rid of Vontaze Burfict. I mean, the guy is ridiculous.
And the guys that tased the fan in the stands in San Francisco.
Okay, another thing I missed. The hell did I miss? Don't tase me, bro.
Some Giants fan, they just tased him and he dropped into all the cops tackled him. It's great.
Did he deserve a
Oh,
good
it looked
tasing?
like he did in a few seconds of film.
Oh, okay. Once again, I'm behind the times here. Anyway, I hate the Bengals team character as a whole. You know, you got Burfict, you got Mixon, Pac-Man Jones. Marvin Lewis's home for wayward boys is not something that I'm going for. I'll take the Broncos on a sheer character pick alone.
Yeah, rumor is he's going to retire too, Marvin Lewis, at the end of the season. Sadly, he retired 5 years ago. They just didn't tell him to go, stop being on the sidelines. Anyway, they're both 3-6. Both of their seasons are over. You're looking for big changes in Cincinnati next year. But they are better on paper than Denver. But Denver isn't playing to the level that you would have expected them to. Their defense has been pretty crappy. I expect them to step it up a little bit at home. I'm taking Denver.
There we go. So you got the Patriots at the Raiders.
Tim?
Do we have a fan back there?
He's doing family stuff.
Okay. Anyway, so you've got 7-2 league-leading offense going up against a 4-5 Raiders team that hasn't impressed on either side of the ball. Brady is leading the league in passing, which is covering up the fact that their defense is for shy.
Still 31st or 32nd.
32nd defense, and yet they're pretty much running away with their division at this point. I don't see any reason why they're not going to continue unless they have a rash of injuries.
They don't even have to play defense. They should just let the other team run some plays, go down there, and then beat them anyway.
Apparently, as long as they have the ball one more time than the other team,
exactly.
they will win the game.
And Belichick will figure out how to do that.
No way to go against the Patriots in this one. I could see where you could pick against them, but I'm not going to do it.
No. Last year, I thought this was going to be the AFC Championship game until Carr went down. And they haven't come back from that. It seems like they can't get the wheels on the bus going round and round here. All New England does is
win.
win.
The wheels on the car going round and round.
Oh, thank you. But all New England does is get better and better each week. They signed Martellus Bennett, and all of a sudden now they've got Gronk and Bennett, which screws up my fantasy because I've had Gronk all season. It'll be a shootout with Oakland, but I think Brady wins it again because that's what the freaking Patriots do.
Yeah, I mean, give him an extra weapon.
They have too many players to cover. Who are you going to cover on that team?
When's Chris Hogan come back? Any idea what Hogan? I know nothing about your injury. All right, so we got the Eagles at the Cowboys, and the electric football curse must have kicked in because I was talking about how important Sean Lee is to the Cowboys defense, and down goes Lee.
You're like the Madden cover
down goes Lee.
Prognostication.
Yeah. If I pull for you, you're going down.
Steve
I'm sorry, not that I was pulling for Sean Lee, but I did point out the importance he has to that defense, and down he goes. Ezekiel Elliott has fled the country, evidently.
Oh, really?
I don't know. He seems to be, they finally got the court thing worked out to the point where, he couldn't play. And there was reports, I thought, that he had gone overseas to seek a guru.
Ooh, maybe he's going to be Ricky Williams and come back high.
There you go. I think he probably left high. Anyway, Eagles are playing on a different level. They can take control of the division here. They're going against a depleted Cowboy team. That does not block the way they once did. So I like the Eagles' defensive line is not getting enough love, but it has been ferocious this year. Give me the Eagles to go 9-1.
And they're coming off the bye. They bring their high-flying circus act to Dallas, who is nothing without Ezekiel Elliott. Dak Prescott is having that sophomore slump that everybody seems to have for some reason, except Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is actually playing better than he did.
Yeah, he's having the sophomore bump.
Yeah, he is. He really is. it's like they don't know what to do without Ezekiel Elliott, and they could upset, but I think Philly romps.
Yeah, plus I'd love to see Jerry Jones
He's already yelling at Goodell.
well, he's threatening to sue. You know,
Yeah.
like he's become our Al Davis
Right.
of the 2017. But you know, I'm not getting enough hookers. I need the hookers. Where the hookers at? Goodell won't let us have hookers no
That is
more.
one scary mug.
So what do we got? We got a bird fight.
Bird fight!
We got.
Gotta do this.
I love that.
Claws. I can't do it.
Copyright electric.
Copyright
football.
Electric Football 1989.
So we've got the Falcons who suddenly sprung to life, and we've got Seahawks whose defense has been sort of the legion of, like,
Bleh.
bleh, exactly. And they lost Richard Sherman. They're complaining about it's the Thursday night game that hurt them. Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's what did it. Yeah.
nobody gets after a long
Yeah.
career of taking,
Sundays, no one gets injured. It's that goddamn Thursday.
right? And it's not the career long, pile of hits stacking up onto your body. It just happens to be that it was a quicker game. Not that we love the Thursday night game, but we don't love the Falcons here. I mean, excuse me, we don't love the Seahawks here. I love the Falcons in this one. I keep expecting them to turn it around, and if last week wasn't their turnaround, then I'm wrong. But I'm jumping on the back of the Falcons.
I don't like the Falcons for one reason. Devontae Freeman seems to be out. They're on the road in Seattle. Seattle's
what, 3-1 at home this year?
Yeah, I mean,
that home field
they're not
advantage
killing
thing
you.
isn't what it once was.
But I liken this all to one thing. The Dolphins beat the Falcons. Take Seattle.
Okay, folks, that is a quick and dirty electric football.
That was a short one.
Comments on anything you'd like to comment on, or just randomly scream at us. We really don't give a crap.
And next week's our big Thanksgiving episode where nothing else happens that usually doesn't happen here.
Well, we may not actually have a Thanksgiving episode. We'll have to talk about that off camera.
Oh, crap.
Anyway, that's Stu Pace.
That's
and
Steve
that's
Brown.
Stu Pace.
See you next week.
Bye.